Stress, exhaustion, they're all signs of burnout and familiar feelings for many as the pandemic wears on.
Tonight, News 4's Alexis Zotos digs into the problem plaguing so many in the workforce and explains how you can stop it.
Well, I think most of us can identify with the feeling of burnout. In fact, a study of U.S. workers found 67% of us feel even more burnt out thanks to the pandemic and the inability to unplug. For Candace Johnson, sometimes it feels like there just aren't enough hours in the day.
You're working all day and then you get home and you kind of clock into the second job of mom.
Working from home, Liz Creamer feels like there's never a moment to clock out.
It's so easy to just work until the day's over.
And no industry is left behind.
I work in business consulting, normally with like Fortune 500 companies.
I'm an attorney at a mid-sized firm in Clayton.
In healthcare, it's becoming a major problem and contributing to what's known as the Great Resignation.
I know staff feel like they're unable to do a good job because, we don't have what we need, like we used to. And we don't have enough staff at times. So that can be very morally distressing.
In healthcare, burnout has always been an occupational hazard.
We see a lot of really stressful situations.
It's why Cardinal Glennon Hospital has a program called Care for Caregivers.
We do try to just kind of bring joy back to work.
Something that's become of even greater importance during the pandemic.
My sole focus is to focus on the staff and their well-being and just see how they're doing.
By definition, burnout is work-related stress.
It feels like I'm kind of burning the candle from both ends.
The pandemic has blurred the lines of work and home for many and complicated all facets of life.
Being a working mom pre-pandemic was crazy. The juggle of everything is already a lot, and then you add, quarantine and COVID to the mix. It's crazy.
But burnout is more than just stress, and it's not something to be ignored.
Burnout is a high risk factor for things like depression and suicidal thoughts and substance use.
Dr. Jessi Gold is a psychiatrist at Washington University working to combat burnout in patients.
The other known thing evidence-wise to prevent against burnout is social support.
For Liz Creamer, that meant her employer giving them no meeting days and access to the Calm app.
I meditate now probably every day, if not more than once a day.
So we have a couple options.
At Cardinal Glennon, they're not only focused on mental health, but also
Our lavender cart is here.
adding a little fun back into the job.
We have the portable massage chair that I take to different departments.
But what's also important is finding and maintaining joy outside of your job.
I like to work out. I like yoga.
But experts we spoke with say hobbies only help so much. Prioritizing mental health must start at work, and celebrities speaking out about it can help change the culture.
I think Simone Biles and people like that had a good influence on that decision, where people kind of saw like you can actually vocalize what you need and take a step back, even if you're the best person at it in the whole world. And so having a realization that we can prioritize ourselves.
The first step, they say, is understanding something's wrong and speaking up.
It's really important. We all need support sometimes. And so often the stigma, we don't ask for help. We just go. And we think just, grin and bear it, but that catches up with us.
The biggest warning signs are exhaustion and reduced efficiency. We have more things to look out for, as well as tips on how to cope. You can find all that in the KMOV News app. Alexis Zotos, News 4.
And through this pandemic, many of us have gotten used to Zoom. That makes us feel like we're connected. But the Washington University psychiatrist said it actually contributes to that burnout because you're just staring at a screen all day, and it really makes you feel more disconnected than ever before.
Yeah, that's not the same personal to personal contact that you're having through Zoom. Makes sense. Find something that you enjoy. Find a good balance.